it has become very difficult for you to calculate the entire total of each and every customer's product by calculator. Now you got an idea in your mind. I want to implement a automatic billing system to my supermarket. So as soon as you get an idea, so you will frame some futures. Okay, my billing system, my application system should have should work in this way. Like I am going to have a handy scanner, and I am going to put that handy scanner on the barcode. So the handy scanner has to capture the barcode number, and according to the barcode number, the system should display the price of that particular product. And when I click on enter button in my computer, the system should total summarize all the products, and it should give the grand total. And apart from that, my application should show a daily sales report and daily inventory report. In this way, you are going to frame some futures in your mind. Okay, so now getting an idea to implement a automatic billing system is nothing but business requirement. It is the business is forcing you to do this application. Is it okay?
So, yeah, I have a question.
Yeah.
So the requirements are usually given by the client when they are giving us the project, right?
Yeah, exactly.
So the business requirements are, I mean, whatever the requirements given by the client that comes under business requirements, or even if we make some changes to the project, that comes under business requirements
No,
altogether.
the client is going to give the business requirements. Whenever he is going to give the project, he will be saying that the objective of the project is to
Yeah.
do this one. That is nothing but a business requirement. And who
Okay.
is going to do is nothing but user requirements. I will be explaining you what are user requirements. Then you will come to understand.
Okay.
Okay. Then next one is user requirement or stakeholders requirement. So user requirement is nothing but it is going to explain the goals and objectives of a particular user or a group of users. Okay. So these are designed and developed by doing requirement analysis. So user requirement we are going to get by doing requirement analysis, and user requirement are going to act as a bridge between the business requirement and the solution requirements. Okay. So in user requirement, we are going to have two types, that is functional requirement and non-functional requirement. I will be explaining you what are functional and what are non-functional. So before that, the example for user requirement is now our business requirement is to implement automatic that is payroll system. Now, who is going to use this payroll system? That is the HR department and the employees. Now, how the HR department are going to use? Now, the requirement of the HR department is nothing but once if the system is going to show that it is the last day of the month, this application, the particular payroll system has to generate, has to calculate, that is, has to calculate the wages of each and every employee automatically and generate the pay slips, and it has to save the pay slips under a common folder. So at the last day of month at 5 p.m., okay, the system has to calculate the wages automatically, and it has to generate the pay slips automatically, and it has to save under a common folder. That is nothing but the user requirement. That is the HR department is nothing but the user. The employees are nothing but the user. User is nothing but who is going to use this application. So their requirements are nothing but user requirements. Okay. Now HR department requirement is this one. That means once if the system is showing the last day of the month, that is the last working day of the month, so at 5 o'clock the system should calculate the wages automatically, and it has to generate the pay slips, and it has to save under a common folder.
Okay.
That is nothing but user requirement. Okay. And if it comes to employee, now if the payroll system, if employee want to use this payroll system, so his requirement could be like if he is giving a date from and to date, that is from March 1st to March 31st, and click on submit. Then the system has to give how many working days are there in that particular month, and how many days he has attended, and how many days he was absent for the office. Okay, in case if a particular March month is having 20 days excluding the Saturdays and Sundays, only working days are 20 days. Now if the employee is attended for 18 days, now 2 days are absent. That is nothing but the employee is another user. That is also a user requirement. Okay, is it clear?
Yeah.
Now,
So,
yeah,
in user requirement and business requirement, the requirements are given by the client, right?
exactly.
Okay. So how do we differentiate between business requirement and user requirement? I mean, even this will come under that project. Let's say if one company is giving us a project to prepare their payroll, automatic payroll, which we are talking about.
Yeah.
So how do we differentiate the business requirements and how do we differentiate the user requirements?
So that's what, see, business requirements are nothing but they are going to explain the goals and objectives of the business. So
Oh, okay.
we are going to see that requirements from the business perspective,
Okay. Okay.
and user requirements we are going to see from the user perspective.
Okay. Yeah. Now I got it.
Technically, this employee requirement comes under like the user requirement, right? Or
Exactly.
that is a okay.
Okay. See,
Yeah.
the blank like how to recognize the business requirements and user requirements is business requirement always explains about the goals and objectives of a business. For
Mm-hmm.
example, I am giving the training. Okay, so my objective is to explain about my training. That is my business requirement. Now you people are the users.
Yeah.
Okay, now taking training and taking inputs is nothing but your user requirement.
Mm-hmm.
Are you getting me?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
the people who are going to use that application are nothing but users, and their requirements are nothing but user requirements. And the people who are going to develop that product are nothing but business people, and their requirements is nothing but business requirement. For example, now let us take as Amazon. So the owner of the Amazon, while giving this application implementation and development, he will be saying that how he is going to say is, see, I want to have a application where I am going to do online business. So my main objective is I am going to collect the distributors. So I am going to allocate a ID to them, and whatever the products they are having, they are going to put in my Amazon website, and they are going to sell them, and we are going to market them. So whenever we market, we are going to give a commission to that distributors. So in this way, the client is going to explain. That is nothing but those all are business requirements. Okay. Now when it comes to user requirement, now distributor want, you need to create a ID for the distributor. Okay, now what details you require from the distributor? So the distributor has to give his name, his bank account, and his ID proof and everything. These are nothing but user requirements. Are you getting me?
Okay.
So business requirements are usually the high level of the business, right?
Exactly, exactly. Okay,
Got it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
now when it comes to functional requirements and non-functional requirements, functional requirements are going to explain about the functionality of the system. It means how the system is going to act in terms of operation and management. It means whenever we are going to put the requirements in practical, so how the system is going to respond is nothing but functional requirement. And non-functional requirement does not deal directly with the functionality. They are going to explain about the constraints and performance and security and maintenance levels.